But next, the critics allege that the writers contradicted each other in reporting the specific time the women went to the tomb. Matthew says the women went at dawn, while Mark says they went very early, just after sunrise. The critics insist this is a contradiction. But the words at dawn include just after sunrise. If you say you went to the beach at dawn, those hearing you would understand you were talking about any time from several minutes before sunrise till several minutes after sunrise. There is no contradiction between Matthew and Mark. But then, the critics charge that Luke disagrees with Matthew and Mark because he states it was very early in the morning, not at dawn or just after sunrise. But doesn't very early in the morning include dawn and just after sunrise, the very descriptions given by both Matthew and Mark? When one gets up very early in the morning, this can include a significant span of time, certainly at least half an hour before dawn until just after sunrise. Therefore, Luke does not contradict anything Matthew or Mark says. But finally, the critics charge John certainly contradicts the others. John states, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb. How can this phrase be compatible with at dawn or just after sunrise? Well, consider the normal use of language. While it was still dark can describe conditions that exist at dawn. Anyone who has been up at dawn certainly knows it is not the full light of day. In fact, you know that depending on the weather conditions, it can be quite dark when the dawn is just breaking or just after sunrise. Also, keep in mind that each gospel writer does not tell us whether he is describing the period of time at which the women left their houses, or that period of time in which they were traveling from their houses to the tomb, or the point in time when they actually were arriving at the tomb. We will get a consistent and coherent picture if we allow the first departures of the women as being in the dark and the last arrivals as being before full sunrise. In conclusion, whether we are considering the number of women at the tomb or the time at which it was said they went to the tomb, it is clear that there is no contradiction between the gospel accounts. They complement each other.